Well, I want to thank the committee of the Bristol Sports Hall of Fame for this induction. I'm honored to receive this award and humbled to be placed in the same category of all the past recipients. I also want to congratulate this evening all the inductees. I have to tell you, to be recognized for something you love to do is the ultimate of achievements. Sports has been a big part of my life. It seemed to be a natural destiny for me. I loved playing and competing as a young girl. I started off playing my first team sport on girls softball at the Bristol Park Department. Marilyn and Hope were my first coaches. So I believe that was the beginning of my addiction of playing sports. As I grew up, my years of participating in sports, I met so many incredible people, like coaches like Joanne Galati, who most of you know as a pioneer of high school girls sports. Joanne is an incredible motivator and believer in pushing yourself to its highest potential and reaching your goals. A you-can-do-it attitude. She provided me with the skills to reach for the stars. That's what she wrote in my senior yearbook. Many of the friendships that I so fortunate to have in high school during my years on team sports was extremely rare, and several of them have lasted over 30 years. Some of my teammates are close friends and are here this evening, Candy and Gail and Tammy. And some are also past inductees themselves. Sports were a motivator for me to work hard in high school and college. At Southern Connecticut State, I was fortunate to play 3 sports and got to meet a wonderful bunch of people and traveled all over the country. Being part of these teams and the support system it created for me was what I needed to be successful. I feel blessed to have been able to participate on these teams and meet so many wonderful people like Jody, Candy, and Cindy. They're here this evening with me. It's amazing how this event tends to make you flash back to so many happy memories. There's one that sticks out in my mind that I just thought would be fun to share. When I was playing on my volleyball team at Southern Connecticut, Cindy, you probably remember this. We were in a tournament in Delaware, and by the time, this was our senior year, by the time this came around, women's sports opportunities for athletic scholarships were starting to make an impact on the level of the skills teams that we met. This tournament really was an eye-opener for a lot of us non-scholarship teams. We were going to play the University of Pittsburgh. We all looked across the court at UPitt. These women were scary big. And then they screamed out a cheer, "Under the pit!" We looked at each other and took a moment. Well, we knew we were going to get our butts kicked from this team, so we decided that maybe we can intimidate them just a little by screaming out a rebuttal cheer. So being the Southern Connecticut Owls, we cheered out, "With the Bowels!" Well, unfortunately, it didn't change the outcome of the game, but I think our cheer became the talk of the tournament. Well, when I was in college, I married my husband David of 33 years. Yep. So he knew then what he was getting into. He always supported me, always said, "Go ahead and go out there and get him." And I love you for that, Dave. We had 3 incredible children, Nick, Holly, and Dawn. They're here this evening. We are so proud of them. We couldn't ask for anything more from your children. They are wonderful people, and they fill my life with incredible memories. All 3 of our children earned scholarships to go to college. So not only did I get to play sports, and then I got to coach sports, and then I got to enjoy being a fan and watched my children's athletic successes. How much more can a mother ask to appease her addiction? My son Nick lives in Frederick, Maryland, with his wonderful wife Christiana and their 2 beautiful children, Avela and Callan. My daughter Holly lives here in Bristol with her husband Zach and their wonderful little boy Quinn. Dawn, my youngest, who told me when she was 10 years old that she was going to live in New York City, lives in New York City. Believe it or not, one of my hopes and dreams was to be able to play with my girls someday, and luckily I've been able to do this many times. I know they are out of my league, and they are very competitive themselves, but I just wanted to thank them for playing with an old-timer. I want to thank my sisters, sister-in-laws, and brothers-in-laws for being here this evening. I don't know what I'd do without them. It is so much fun to get together and joke around and laugh about our lives. I also love traveling around to my nieces and nephews' games and cheering them on. Thanks for being here. I love you. I am so lucky, Marilyn, I'm so lucky to have such an amazing family and friends. I had another surprise this evening. She's like a sister to me, and she came all the way from Tucson. And I love you, Kathy. Thanks for being here. Kathy and I met over 28 years ago, and she was playing USA volleyball, and then she convinced me one time to say, hey, Coral, why don't you come and play? I fought her because I didn't want to leave my family. I had a hard time. I never left my kids before. But she said, come on. Now and then I became addicted. And I haven't missed many since. So and this year is going to be a special year for me. I'm going to get to play with Kathy again in the 2012 USA Nationals. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be wonderful times again. The 2 most important people in my life that truly, unconditionally, was the biggest supporters were my parents, William and Joan O'Keefe. They encouraged me to participate in sports, juggling 6 children's schedules. They never missed a game, high school, college, careers, even when I played USA sports, and adult softball leagues, anything I could get into, I was in. My dad was my personal coach. Even when I was a coach, they never missed one of my games that I coached. What can I say about the 2 most incredible people I have ever known? They taught me so much throughout my life. I remember when I wrote on the back of my senior picture to my parents, someday you'll see me in the Olympics. Well, unfortunately, they both left this earth before I finally made it to the Senior Olympics and won a gold medal. It did take me a lot longer than I thought, but I finally did it. Wow, you couldn't ask for more to be recognized for something you love to do and to have my friends, colleagues, and my family all under the same roof at the same time. It's priceless. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Carl.
Thank you very
Very
much.
well done. Congratulations.